Of our word of marble. We've been discussing laws of self-respect. How well do you respect others for them to also return the same thing to you? Because it is whatever you push out that will come back to you. If I'm pointing one to you, that means the remaining four is coming my way. So how well is that four coming my way? Because it's even more than the one I'm pointing at you. How well are we related? Laws of self-respect. We still have PAD in the house. He is a pastor in charge of Lighthouse NGR. And it's an honor to still have him today. Before I went on that break on the word of mouth, we were talking about what are these laws, that can help us self-respect. We talk about know yourself, self-care. It's better you self-care yourself. Self-care yourself, very, very important. Invest in yourself and also respect yourself. In the area of respect yourself with other people around you. Okay? So we're going to continue with that PAD. Where you stop.
Okay, thank you again for having me. The next one that I want to talk about is take responsibility.
Take responsibility.
For your life. Take responsibility. A lot of people are looking for others to take responsibility for them. They're looking for who to blame. Take responsibility for your failures, for your setback, for your disappointment, and then take responsibility for your success. I mean, life is full of choices. When it happens, I mean, in the time past when they catch criminal in our nation and they want to maybe shoot them and all that, they always thought that it's because they were not sent to school, it's because their parents didn't take good care of them, or one uncle didn't help them. No, take responsibility. Take responsibility for your own decision. Then the next one is own your imperfections. Everyone has weaknesses. Everyone. We are all work in progress. That's the interesting thing. And one thing I've found about this life is that where I am weak, there are probably people around me who are strong. And that's why I can't be proud. Because you see, being proudful, it smells. It's like a perfume. It lingers with whoever. And the thing about pride is that whoever wears that garment is the last person to know. But it's so obvious to every other person. So, please, if there is anything, accept your weakness. God has planted people all around us. In the workplace, we have colleagues. In the workplace, we have mentors. In the workplace, we have people who can actually look into our lives and then help us to point out our imperfection and then invest in us. And we talked about self-improvement earlier on. So, which is one of the things. Improve yourself. There's nothing like, oh, this is my anger, or this is being rude to other people. No, there's just something that what you don't want other people to do to you, don't do to them. So there is also surrounding ourselves with positivity. We need to surround ourselves. Good association makes this life. No one is an island, like the songwriter wrote. So we are all contributing. We are all part of a whole. So we are here to make contribution into one another. I mean, I knew you probably about 2-3 years ago. If we are still here, we probably still do things together in other area of life. That's how life is. There is no one chance business. There is no one chance career path.
It will not show you're growing.
Yeah.
It means you are stagnant.
So these are things that people also don't understand. People leave workplace and they don't look back. They just shut the door. No. Life is about interaction. I don't know if that has blessed someone this morning.
I have 7. And 7 stands for perfection. Oh my God, this has been interesting. Know yourself, self-care, invest in yourself, respect yourself, take responsibility for your life, your failures, your success. Don't blame anybody. The deed has been done. Just face it. Stop troubling the devil. It was the devil. Devil long wanja. Stay on your lane. No, I did this. I am sorry I did it. I am sorry. Own your imperfections. Accept your weaknesses. Own your imperfections. Accept your weaknesses. And surround yourself with positivity. I wish I'm sure many more is coming from. I trust him. I know. Because it's an author, he writes. So I'm sure it will still give us more if I continue. But sir, I want to find out, how do we now balance self-care with other responsibilities and obligations that comes, in the space of self-respect.
Yeah.
Obligations comes, responsibility comes.
I think that's a very good a very good question. Even in the workplace, we talk about work-life balance.
Yeah.
There's no way, I like hard work, but there's just something we must all learn to inculcate into our daily living, is ability to pull back. Because when we do, we are able to review, and we are able to, for me personally, I like to give myself as an example. When I begin to get edgy and I begin to shout too much, I realize that I'm missing some salient thing about life. It's not luxury for you to just take a walk. It's part of self-care. If you can take a walk for 15 minutes in a day, you kind of reflect, and then you kind of, it's very refreshing. Your brain set back. And most of the ideas I've done while walking or while in the bathroom. Just take some time, listen to good music, and not the one that raises your blood pressure while you are listening to it. Be in an environment where you just sit back. I do it a lot. I can drive to some places, just sit back, and then do a self-reflection. Sometimes at those moments, the way you talk to this person the other day is not good. If you need to apologize, apologize. That's what life is all about. It's not about us. We are not the center of the universe. So self-care, it's very important. Pull back and then reflect on how one is living.
Pull back.
Yeah.
And reflect on how you live. How many of us self-reflect? Okay. Now, someone will say, sometimes I want to do it, but the time is not available. When we are self-reflecting on ourselves, what are the things we need to put in place?
Number one, that many people don't want to do. Many people don't want to accept their imperfection. That's just every one of us, we are guilty of that. And then, secondly, many people don't want feedback from other people. Yeah. And you see, accepting your weaknesses, accepting your imperfection, and then receiving feedback. Sometimes this is a very difficult task for many of us. If I say, Olori, okay, I've been around you in the last 1 month. Can you please tell me about myself? A lot of people are afraid because they don't want
I should start now.
So, and you can find that out when people receive feedback. You are the one who asked for the feedback. You've not even allowed the person to finish. Then you cut in. You never grow that way. I think feedback is also
Why is that difficult? Why is that difficult?
Well, I think every one of us really, and that's why this self-respect topic is very important. No one likes to be talked down on. So it's when someone is talking to us, there is that tendency that our guard will be up. That's why self-awareness also means that there's something that is in the workplace. We call it emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is number one, being self-aware. And then number two, now you are self-aware about the person you are talking to. So that the same thing, you are conscious. You are using words to paint picture. But you are also aware and interpreting that situation from their own eye. And if we can do that, I think the world will be a better place. But what do you have? Oh, this person, let me give him or her the peace of my mind. I jokingly said, that's why many people don't have any mind left, because they've distributed it all over the place. So I think that's consciousness to say, oh, I can be wrong or I am wrong. And then receiving the feedback that, oh, next time maybe you should do this. And then I do like a self-reflect. I think it goes a long way for individual growth and the path to true happiness. I can't hold offense in my heart. I will not make progress.
So when assertiveness help to, when you take it in, it helps us to grow our self-personality and also help us to put ourselves in check. That's what you mean.
Yeah. Do you know that a lot of people don't talk to themselves?
A lot don't.
Yeah, a lot of people just react.
But at that point, can we say it would be better professionally to actually see a shrink, like we call it? Will that help?
Well, I in interacting with people, really, I found that, like I mentioned something, there's a common thing that people hide under. They call it boldness. Sometimes it's pride. If you think that you are right all the time, nobody is right all the time. That's interesting. But people hide under it. I can't be wrong. My opinion is the best opinion all around and all that. And they try to push it on other people. If you do that, it's a function of low self-image. Everyone has something to say. Even in strategy, they say, even what looks like the most foolish idea, let it come. It might be the winning idea at the end of the day. Sure. So I think when people are on the defensive, you can't get things done that way. We cannot.
I'm sure you're enjoying this. Okay, PLD. As we begin to look at do you have something to say with that discussion?
Because he has said a whole lot. Yeah. So now, for someone who is trying hard to build boundaries, because I've seen people that, they end up building boundaries, healthy boundaries, but you still see people that will still try to provoke you intentionally. You stay out of their space and they just want to be in your face. They just come to you. Now you have been able to establish the fact that, I don't want problems. I don't want to be treated this way. This is my space. But they come into your territory and try to push you. What do you advise such people to do in that scenario? How would they control themselves and still maintain their self-respect?
You know, when you engage this self-respecting, you are giving yourself opportunity to grow, opportunity to mature, opportunity to create a path of progress for yourself. That you don't want trouble, then you should not be in this world.
You should not be because
that you won't have challenges, you should not be in this world. Mm-hmm. You see, I said something about being self-aware.
Yeah.
Being self-confident. Mm-hmm. And then if you are self-aware, you are self-confident. Even when other people trying to invade your space, you know who you are. Mm-hmm. You might talk down on me. For example, this is what has also happened. I go on the road. I've never met someone before. And the person say you are a fool. It's an opinion. If I respond to that person at that point and say you are also a buffoon, it means two fools are talking.
Yeah.
So my response is a choice.
Yeah.
So even when you create this boundary, some people are just out there to want to invade your boundary, but it's an opportunity for you to go. You can't come there, you can't insult me, you can't talk down on me. And even if you do, maybe I will find a way that I'm sorry if you need to correct me, it's okay, but I don't appreciate you talking down on me. I've had that honest conversation with people and they appreciate it. Because in the heat of the matter, they didn't know they were talking down. I said, no, I know we are trying to achieve this, but in the bid to do this, please, can you also see that I'm just making a mistake here?
Yeah.
It's not every time I make the mistake. So can we just look at it from another perspective? And people appreciate honest conversation like that. Instead of holding it back, and then I begin to carry that person around in my heart. Mm-hmm. It's people have approaches to do their work. But I must also learn that, okay, this is who this person is. This is who they are. Yeah. So I'm ready that some people will want to push that boundary back. But I also, you have a way to just respond. Like I said, everything other people will do to you is just an opinion, it's an impression. Mm-hmm. It's when I now react, I'm not supposed to react, I'm supposed to be proactive. When I react and I now take a stand, a negative stand, that's where the problem will be. I will not grow.
Yeah.
Because if I run from a workplace now, the next one,
how will you keep running? So now we'll be talking,
Yeah.
we'll be talking about individuals, like you as a person. Now in relationship, or let's say marriage, because I've heard so many people say there is see finish in marriage. Let me put it like that. So how do you maintain your self-respect in marriage? How do you make your partner not see you? Let me use the word see finish, because either ways we would have to agree that see finish exists in marriages.
Well,
So how do we create that?
you say you're a
balance?
Gen Z queen.
Yeah, she's
So maybe for me,
Ambassador.
really, and I know that Olori will share this sentiment with me. If you really, really want to build a thriving marriage, there must be see finish.
Okay.
You have to be vulnerable to each other. But in that, even though we've seen finish, but that doesn't make me to insult my spouse.
That's
Where the boundary is. So there used to be a TV program. I'm not sure whether they still do it. Mind Your Language. It's something that I think everyone must also understand, and it's part of friendship.
Yeah.
I have friends. My spouse is also my friend, but there's something that I can say, words that I can use. But in our relationship, we set boundaries. In this relationship, we don't use F words.
Vulgar words.
We don't use vulgar words. And then if we are accountable to one another that way, when the temple begins, these things that we all say, it's use of words. Then there is a pitch begins to rise high. It takes two to be mad.
Yeah.
But one can choose to be neutral. And imagine me shouting on top of my voice in this room now. We're just about how many of us in this studio? And I'm shouting. I'm sure that the people from the next room, after some time that I've been shouting, they come in here to ask what's the matter.
Yeah.
Because they expect a level of voice pitch to be in our communication here. So the boundary is that don't raise your voice. We've settled that. So when the voice begins to raise, in my own home, I just mentioned my wife's name, Folake. Oh, maybe she's watching.
Oh.
And she says, Ayo. So it's like we've mastered it in our communication. So that's where we know that we need to. Anything that goes beyond this, it has become something else. So.
Now, in the area of celebrating your achievements, your success story, and acknowledging your what. You've worked, you've labored, and you just want to celebrate yourself. And you don't want to do past yourself. Just, self-worth. Know yourself. Your perfection and all that. How do I do that without stepping on toes?
Well, so
making it too excessive.
So
like you're doing too much.
So is either that you celebrating your successes has to be with the people who believe in you. That's it. And if you're looking for that category of people, they may not be many.
Which is okay. Save
So,
your cost. Save your cost.
Honestly.
So to avoid being tagged as being boastful, so if I have a success story, I share with such people. And the truth is that they are not stretching. Instead, they celebrate with me. So if I also have stories that touches the heart, I share with them. They also encourage me. Can you see how these things? So we've been accountable in different spheres of life. So they are willing to share my failure. They are willing to share my success. They are willing to share my disappointment and setback. So how do you do that? If you know that it's going to come across as being something out of space, you can take yourself out. I said to people, take yourself out to celebrate yourself.
Solo dates are very interesting.
Buy yourself something good.
Relax.
Relax.
Take pictures like Jency was just.
Go for a massage. Go to spa. Enjoy your life. So you can do that on your own. And then you can do that with your family. You can do that with your friends. It doesn't have to be the whole world. That's the way I would suggest that.
Amazing.
Any final question?
Final question. So, I'm still talking about see finishing marriage. I will still take some because I have seen these things happen. People around. So, let me create this scenario. In a scenario where your husband already knows, your partner already knows everything about you, your background, where you're from. And, sometimes as humans, subconsciously you act some type of way based on the information you've gathered. It's not intentional, but you just find yourself acting that way. And your partner now doesn't respect your family. When you speak, it's like, what do you know? You're from a broken home, so what are you going to advise me on relationship or marriage? It doesn't let you speak.
What's your experience?
What's your experiences? So do you advise that there are some informations you withhold from your partner, or after sharing that vital information, with them, there's a certain thing you need to do or what you need to throw out to him so it doesn't result to see finish?
Well, okay, so if I understand this see finish from another perspective, so you have you have people who went to school together, they're probably in the same class, they read the same course, but I mean, out of life, and then they happen to now get married. When they were starting out, one was better than the other one, and then after some time, the other one just came, and then things begin to work out, and the role changed. A lot of married couple who fell into that category find it very difficult too. So we were in the same class, thank God for past way. But also, I believe that there should be a level of mutual honor and respect between spouses. So if I share some things with you out of my vulnerability, it's not a weapon of offense when we have differences. So there is always, learning to separate people from events. It's also very important. It's a growth part, really. That I may come from no spoon, no silver, no gold in my mouth, but hey, where I am now, it may be something that is worth it, and I think people should just learn to appreciate that. I may come from a broken home. That's also not my past. I'm my present. So I think the level of friendship spouses cultivate in their relationship of marriage, maybe before and after, will determine that. I can't imagine my friend sharing something with me, and then at the moment of our differences, I'm now using it against them. That's betrayal of trust. So I think that it is however, I also feel that nobody should withhold any information from each other. You saw me the way I am before you got married to me.
That's true.
A form of blackmail from people who already knows your story, and you want hearing from a third party. So that was what they meant by saying partners should be vulnerable to themselves, so that it will get to a stage that you look at yourself, and no matter what secrets or what bad experience of life he or she knows about you, you're now using it. You are becoming a baby. You're a child.
Because I say something now. There are many things my wife knows about me that my parents don't know about me.
That's why you're partners.
There are many things that she knows about me. If you want to know anything about me, just ask her. So she's able to predict. She's able to even defend me. If you say certain things, she will tell you, no, that can't be him. Or if you say certain things about her. So that's the level of friendship. But it will also betray our trust. If when we have differences and I'm using that as a weapon of offense or a weapon to defend myself. No, it's not acceptable.
So people out there should take note of this you just said and create friendship before going into marriage to avoid such
that's
situations.
That's why the first person you can marry is your friend.
Your friend. But I think this should be another topic for some other time.
The best person to marry is your friend.
So many people are against this, actually.
No.
So many people.
I don't think you should marry a stranger. See, let me say something to you today. She knows. Anywhere we are going to see, I appreciate the Genesis, I appreciate the TikTok meeting, the Facebook meeting, and all that. But hey, 98% of people will marry from their circle of influence. That's it. Is either that it's your workspace or your extended family space, one cousin meeting, introducing you to someone and all that. You're meeting at a training program. everyone will probably 98% from their circle of influence. All those
Yeah.
TikTok meeting, Facebook meeting, maybe 1 or 1.5% is not the case. And some people have gotten married that way and they have good marriages, no doubt about it. But we're going to marry from our circle of influence. And there's something that comes with that. It's friendship.
Yeah.
I said to people, I can be in a relation, if I was in a relation with someone and it didn't work, that doesn't make us enemy, because it might just be that I'm married to the friend of that person.
Yeah.
So that's the way life is.
But you know, friendship in marriage goes both ways. Let me explain this way.
We are talking
you
about
said,
marriage.
You don't have time is gone.
Yes, very quickly. You know, you can actually meet someone
Yeah.
as strangers, then build friendship.
Yeah.
Before
And that
getting
doesn't
married.
mean that
I'm
you have
not
to marry them.
against-
Yeah.
I'm not against that one, but marrying your friend, someone that's actually your friend, has been your friend for years,
Yeah.
getting married to this person. So many people are against this. So many people.
So many
So
people
many.
are not-
And according to statistics,
They have
I don't
their
think
reasons.
it's...
They
I
have
don't
their
know.
reasons for not wanting to do that. And that reason, because it's best known to them, I believe it has some corny kind of hidden.
No, these are people that are already into it. People that have already gone into it. Now comparing both. That's why I made sure I differentiated between marrying your friend and building friendship with someone. If you're just getting to meet someone, you build friendship with them. There's a certain, how would I say it? You are able to create these healthy boundaries. That is very, very important. But when you're already with someone over time for years.
Marrying your friend and building relationship with someone. I still believe in the area of courtship, when you are going through that duration of courtship, that your courtship can actually build your friendship.
So, Olori, this is how it is. So, marrying your friend, you can be friend with someone and you are just acquaintances.
Yeah.
So that's not marrying your friend. But I love what you said, building friendship. So how does relationship work? You meet someone, hi, that's been an acquaintance. Then you grow into friendship. Oh, how are you today? What's happening to you? What do you want? So that becomes from just casual meeting into being friendship. And then you go from there further and then you say, okay, I like this person. I like their person. I like the way they think. I like the things that they do. So you move into that realm of, okay, can we take our friendship into this level of relationship? That's where people get engaged and then they start a courtship and they go into marriage. It's different from somebody just picking somebody among their random and say that they are friends. No, there's a level of relationship that you build with people before you can say you want to
get married
them.
to them.
Yep.
So, and that is why courtship is there.
Yeah.
That's why courtship is there. And it's from that courtship you build that relationship. You become friends. Because if you don't know the person you want to go intimately to live the rest of your life to be committed to, very well. So how do you walk in to say, I do waiting? That is a serial killer, you don't know. Whether she's a...
Oh my goodness.
You can't do that. On that note, I want to say a big thank you to Pastor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We call him PAT. Okay, he's a pastor in charge of Lighthouse Nigeria. And you can see, I don't need to say much again because our time is spent. I want to say a big thank you. Also, Joe, do you have, say your goodbyes so that we can leave?
Okay, very quickly.
Before you come and deal with us.
Yeah, very quickly. So those of us out there that are finding it very hard to create healthy boundaries and to build self-respect, reflect and make sure you are making the right decision. Go back to this particular episode and note the things you need to understand before trying to create boundaries in your relationship, and make sure you build friendship before getting married. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. See you same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Glatchidi Mokweda, your Gen Z host.
Tomorrow,
Goodbye.
precautions of prescribed medications. I don't want to use drugs because remember that social media of that lady who said she wanted to get drugs instead of medication. We are using medication as drugs in Nigeria. So tomorrow we'll be talking about precautions of prescribed medications. We'll be talking more about it, what you need to look at, how do you know this is the right drug for you to use after you've gotten it from the pharmacy, and many other things. See you tomorrow, Sir Minolo. Have a splendid day. Bye for now.